Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are or wherever you're watching from. My name is Matt Pierce, and if you're listening to this, you're at the end of the year or maybe at the beginning and you're thinking you've got some videos to make or some images to take, some screenshots to make, whatever it might be. And the thing is, this episode is, we're going to celebrate a little bit. We want to celebrate you. We want to give you some tips and tricks and help you to hopefully maybe learn something new. We've got some great TechSmithies, that's what we call ourselves, TechSmithies, who have been willing to come on camera and to share something that they like about Snagit, Camtasia, Camtasia Online, so that you can learn from them. I'll start things off here just as we get going. I think one of my most used features is in Camtasia. I do a lot of video, obviously, with the Visual Lounge and other videos, but JKL, if you don't know the keyboard shortcut, JKL, try it out in Camtasia. L is going to make it play, and then if you hit it again, it plays a little faster, You keep hitting it, it's going to play really fast. If you hit K, it stops, and if you hit J, it's going to go backwards. And so you can rewind and forward, rewind. It makes scrubbing through video so much easier. Of course, I love taking stuff in audio, letting the auto transcription happen, then clean up my ums and ahs and things like that. Just like that. It works like magic. It's amazing. And then that, with the addition of the new 11 lab voices, it's pretty hot stuff. So if you haven't checked any of those out, please do so. But really, as we end the year, start the year, wherever you're at in your journey of listening to this, I just want to say thank you. Appreciate you tuning into the Visual Lounge, whether you're watching it or listening to it. Appreciate the opportunity to have the conversations I have with so many great and wonderful guests who are sharing their knowledge for the sake of sharing their knowledge with me and with you, and grateful for you as a listener. We know it's a commitment to listen to a podcast, particularly one that's almost every week at about 25 to 35 minutes. That's not a light lift. And I want to thank you. And I hope that you're gaining value out of the things that we're talking about and continuing to talk about. And I'd love to hear from you if you've got things that have stood out to you. You've got things that have worked well for you or things that you disagree with. Let's have a conversation. You can email thevisuallounge@techsmith.com. Of course, we'd love to hear from you. And we'd love to have you as a listener in 2026. We're going to keep going. We're going to hopefully see that magic 300 episodes come around this year and more. We've got some great stuff that we already are lining up for the next year and can't wait to share it with you. So with that said, happy holidays. However you might celebrate, hope you have a great time enjoying time with loved ones and family and others that you care about deeply during the holiday season. And, take some time. Maybe level up a little bit every single day. All right, now let's hear from those TechSmithies.
Hi, I'm Cameron and I'm a senior customer care specialist here at TechSmith. I just wanted to say happy holidays and thank you so much for being awesome customers, creators, collaborators, and Visual Lounge listeners. My favorite part of my job is getting to use what I know to help you make and share fantastic content. And you make it easy by being the best customers in the world. I hope you have a great holiday season and a happy new year.
Hi, my name is Emmy Musser, and I am a future of work strategist at TechSmith. One of my absolute favorite workflows that we have to offer is our collaboration workflow in Camtasia Online. You've heard the saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. But this workflow actually gives you the best of both worlds. Collaborative, creation, but very, very quickly. So if you have a big problem to solve or you're trying to plan your goals for 2026, do a recap report of all your activities from 2025, this is a great way to gather input from multiple team members. You simply go to Camtasia Online by visiting camtasia.com. Sign up, sign in, and then when you create your new project, you'll see the option in the upper right-hand corner to add collaborators. So click on Collaborate, enter the email addresses for all the voices that you hope to hear from. Each person will receive an individual email with a clickable link and very simple instructions. Whether they've ever recorded their screen or created a video becomes irrelevant because this is very easy to click and create. Once they add their scene and information, you'll start seeing it in real time on the timeline of your video in Camtasia Online. I have upwards of 30 people already adding their voices here. So a really powerful way to collect inputs and information. Now to share this, I can rearrange these scenes. I can add different styles, effects, and looks, or I can simply move on to export and get this in the hands of the team so they can all hear from one another's inputs as well. A few options to do that. When I go to export in Camtasia Online, I can continue to edit this in Camtasia Editor if I want a more refined video. But since this is internal communication, I'm going to choose one of the other two options and either download the video as an MP4, watermark free, or export to Screencast, a shareable link in the cloud where once you share that link with the team, they can add their timestamped comments, questions, reactions, all of that information and inputs from one another are archived. So let's say you go on some holiday time off, much deserved break. You put this out there before you go, you come back and you hit the ground running in 2026 because you have lots of inputs and people riffing off each other. No meeting required. Happy holidays. I hope you found this useful.
Hey everybody, my name is Brandon and I work over here at TechSmith Tech Support. If you don't mind, I'd like to take a moment just to go over my favorite program called Snagit. To be honest, never even heard of the program before I started working here, but once I started using it, I'm not quite sure what I did without it. Truthfully, I've used it more than any other tool combined, and I used to work construction for a living, if that helps you, if anything. Now, there's a lot of great features with Snagit, and I could honestly go on for each one for about hours, but that's really not what it is I like the best. What I like the best, as strange as it sounds, is just how quick and easy it is to use. Here, let me show you really quick. So we all know about the big red capture button, and some know about how you can press print screen and start the process. There's even a few of you who know about this capture widget that drops down from the side of the screen. But not many of you really utilize presets as much as you probably should. Now, what is a preset, you might ask? Well, it's a set of capture settings that you put together in advance so you can just use them on the fly. Now, if you haven't had a chance to play around with them before, you're going to find all your presets down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Just click it. It's going to expand your list. And here you can add new ones, edit, or even select them. I mean, for example, you can make one that just goes straight to your editor. I have one here that just when I'm feeling lazy, don't feel like typing out, I'll just grab the text from capture. Here's your basic video. And then here's just anything I find funny that I want to share with somebody. I just start the process up. It takes a capture, goes straight to your clipboard, doesn't open up the editor. You can just paste it wherever you want without any hassle at all. And if you look over here, this is where Snagit and the presets really start to shine. Each one of these presets, you can add a shortcut to it. So you just press a key combination, hit the button, and you're ready to go, ready to take a capture right on the fly. Now you're going to see that I use the Alt button quite a bit on mine, but you can honestly use nearly any keyboard combination on your keyboard. Just type it in and you'll set things off. Now, presets, they might not be as fancy as something like the scrolling tool, the step capture system, or really getting anything into the Snagit editor. But as far as usefulness goes, there's really not much that beats it. Anyways, that's enough rambling from me. So from all of us here at TechSmith to all of you around the world, I want to wish you happy holidays, and well, I hope you guys all have a great new year ahead of you.
Hi, my name is Luke, and I am a developer on Snagit for Mac. One of my favorite little tricks that you can do with Snagit is to capture text directly. So if you open the capture window, switch your selection to grab text, turn off preview and editor, and turn on copy to clipboard. Then when you take a capture, you can select some text, and it will automatically copy that to your clipboard. Thank you and happy holidays.
Hi, I'm Shane Lavallette, Senior Strategy Lead at TechSmith, and I want to share a quick tip that'll help you be more efficient in your editing from project to project. So what you can do here is go to your Edit menu and choose Add Placeholder, and that'll put a blank placeholder on your timeline. And then with placeholders, you can actually add effects to those that then you could have saved and reuse from project to project. So what I like to do is have consistent cursor effects across my projects. So my cursor looks the same in every project I do. And so I'm going to click and drag those cursor effects and add those to the placeholder. So I like this left click burst effect. I'm clicking and dragging that down, add it to the placeholder. And then in the other cursor effects, I would like the cursor glow effect. I'm going to add that one to my placeholder. Motion blur, click and drag that one down and add it to my placeholder. And cursor shadow, let's add that as well. And then over on the right, you can tweak the settings for each of those effects to get them exactly the way you want. And then when you're done, you just right click on your placeholder on the timeline and choose Add to Library. and give that a name. We call it cursor effects, and click OK. And that now puts that in your user library that you can access across all of your projects. So the way this now would work in practice for a new project is you start with your new project, you record your screen recording that you want for that project, and then go to your user library and add that placeholder that you created and to the timeline, and then go back into your media bin, click and drag your media, hover over the placeholder on the timeline till it turns green, then let go and choose Ripple Replace. And just like that, it's now added all those effects to that piece of media on your timeline. So if I scroll through here, you can see that cursor has got the cursor effects added, the glow, the blur, and that left click effect. So it's a really fast way to then keep consistency in all of your projects. I hope this helps. Wishing you a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year.
All right, there we have it. Some wise wisdom, some great advice, some tips, and from some great TechSmithies. We'll try to get some more voices on here throughout the next year. But I want to, again, just thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you soon.